and I just finished eating it. I don't want to litter in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I was a litterer. And then you got to make peace with Mother Nature. Mother Nature's a motherfucker. You know, you throw a can out the window. Next thing you know, you're in Florida in a hurricane. So you got to be careful with Mother Nature. She'll drop some karma on you. So I was walking the bag to the garbage, something I would never do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, McDonald bag, throw it on the fucking floor. But I was a comic. I was trying to, be the right person. So I go, let me go over and throw this away. Dog, I'm not 10 steps from the garbage can. And some Buffalo brother, because Buffalo brothers are cool as shit, he came running up to me, huffing and puffing. He's like, yo, chubby dude. I go, what? He goes, chubby dude, you want to buy a gold chain? I go, that ain't gold. He goes, this is gold in a motherfucker. I just took it off the dude's neck. And I went in my pocket. I had a 20 that I paid for the breakfast. The breakfast is $4. So I had like $15 in change. I go, all I got is 15 and change. It's like, good to go. I just had that gold chain till about 10 years ago. I swear to God.
No shit.
That gold chain was solid. I don't know what. I lost it in a hotel because when he ripped it off the person's neck, the lock stayed on their neck. So I had to use like a pin, and the pin finally fucking popped. I was too lazy to go to the jewelry store.
Still got the guy's hair.
That fucking chain had DNA on it, blood. That black dude told me, yo, chubby dude, you want to buy a chain? I'm like, I'll buy a fucking chain. I don't give a fuck.
I used to live like 2 blocks from that train station. That's what my friends were talking about when they came to visit. They were like, this is weird.
That's
out
a
here,
sketchy
dude.
bus station, dog.
Yeah.
I went there one night and I saw some sketchy shit. Like I always got out of there in the daytime. But one time, like I had like I think I was going, that's right. I used to go to Buffalo to sneak into Canada. So I had my friend's father was a gambling dude, and he was a high roller up in Canada.
Ooh.
So they had a back road. He didn't even have to go to the border. So he would take me to the back road to the casino.
Up by like Ottawa and shit?
Yes. And not even Ottawa. I would get off,
you go
and
even
I would
sooner.
be close to, I'd be in London, Canada.
Okay,
or that,
yeah.
Where you take
Kitchener
the
or whatever?
bus I would take the bus to Toronto from there. But the funny thing was when I came back, he wouldn't pick me up. I'd take the bus back. So when I'd get to the Buffalo, when they checked my paperwork, they'd put me in the computer and they'd see all those felonies. And they'd go, how the fuck did you get in here? When did you get in here? And I was like, I was here Thursday. You were here. You're the one that let me in. He's like, I would never let you in here. Look at this crime record you have. I'm like, I'm telling you, I got in here by you. It was
How else did I get in here? Yeah.
You, and all of them. Like, no, it wasn't. We didn't work on Thursday. I go, yes, you did. I would do that constantly. And then after 9/11, they got hip to me and they're like, listen, you ever come back in here again, we'll fucking throw you under the jail. So
yeah, I'm not allowed in Canada myself. And growing up in Buffalo, it was like such a shitty thing because you're 10 minutes from I was going to Canada all the fucking time. And, you don't even know that when you're like, you get a DWI in Texas, you don't know that you're banned from Canada for like a decade or whatever, but you find out real quickly in Buffalo that you're banned. And I got stuck one time because I didn't realize that it was like a 10-year fucking ban. And they were like, they flagged me and they did all that shit. And I started asking around because I started getting Just for Laughs like auditions and stuff. And I was like, what if I get this? How am I going to get up there, And a bunch of comics who had DUIs, they showed me like where people would run, like almost like Mexicans run across the border to come into America. It's like that to go into Canada. They show you the routes and you're like, they'll be speaking French on the other side of the woods, basically. So you'll know you're there. So I was like, oh,
really?
Okay. So you learn a little route. Yeah. A bunch of comics that were New York comics used to like make that jog. Like when they would get the festival, if they couldn't get into the country, they would be like, I can't afford a lawyer or whatever to pay to like fix this for me. So there was like little routes that a couple guys would tell me about running across the border to go to Canada, to go do Just for Laughs of all things.
Josh Potter, it's been really good to see you, man. You're
good to see you too. Thank you so much for having me.
How long have we known each other? Like I don't even know how many times I went to Buffalo and you hooked me up and fucking we get the fucking beat. The mayor of Buffalo contacted me.
Byron
about
Brown?
5 years ago when I was at Buffalo. One of the last times I was at the casino.
Oh, okay.
The casino called me and they're like, you have a call downstairs from such and such. And I called and it was some lady and she's like, the mayor would like to speak to you.
No way.
Yeah, and they're like, thank you for fucking talking about Buffalo like you do. These fucking idiots that put ranch on their wings, I want to shoot them all. But
That's
you've
what they
restored
do.
that. She was so happy.
Put a bullet in your brain if you.
Oh no, she was like, fucking idiots, fucking ranch dressing, fucking Buffalo was built on blue cheese, and you live by those standards. Thank God, you know. And I was like, hey, I'm old school. I went to Buffalo the first time in '84, and I fell in love with that city. I've never met a person from Buffalo I didn't like.
I love the people there. I miss it so much every day.
When I was in Boulder, I had 3 or 4 friends that were from Buffalo, and I couldn't believe how fucking crazy and real they were. And then when I got locked up, I was locked up with a couple brothers that were from Boulder, and I couldn't believe how real they were. Like, people from Buffalo, you're not going to have no skinny jean motherfuckers in Buffalo. Not the Buffalo I remember. I still remember going to Buffalo to see Rick James.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you what that was like.
You saw him in Buffalo, too, so that's... Buffalo,
it
must have been a small show.
White chicks with sperm breath, because there was a ton of white chicks ready to suck Rick James's dick. I never saw anything like that. Most people sign up, like, after my shows, they get online to take a picture. Not Rick James. They get online to suck his dick. That's it. If you're a white chick with blonde hair, you're sucking Uncle Rick's dick. There's no Me Too. There's no movies. There's no script. Rick just would slip you a Valium and then give you a breath mint afterwards. Sukalamink, you dirty bitch. You paid $20 for the show. I swear to God, I went up there. People were giving me pills in the audience. It was 1984. I will never, ever forget that. And I fell in love with Rick James in 78 with You and I go back with Rick James to the fucking first album. I was just listening to Rick James the other night. Street, what's that album he did? Street Songs. It is fucking brutal. He did not fuck around, Uncle Rick. I used to see him at the store.
Buffalo's best son. He used to come
to the store.
Comedy clubs around Buffalo too. He'd show up to different places, different venues, and everything all the time.
Really?
Perform. Yeah, he would just show up in like bars and do sets. It was crazy. Like just sing and shit like that. And like people tell stories about it all the time. You go to all the bars, they talk about, Rick James has been in here. They got his picture on the wall and shit. They got autographs and shit. His grave's in Buffalo. Have you been to his grave?
Never.
It's beautiful.
Next time I go to Buffalo, I'm going to go to his grave. I met him at the comedy store.
Gravestone.
I met him at the comedy store, and I went up to him, right? Chewy introduced me to him, the doorman. I went up to Chewy. I go, I got to meet Rick James. And I don't want to meet nobody. If you know anything about me, I don't want to meet nobody. But there was something about Rick James I had to tell him.
Of course.
So I met him. I shook his hand. I go, I'm a big fan from You and I. I told him all the albums I had. I told him I saw him in '84 in Buffalo. And I go, let me tell you something. When I first started comedy, one of my best jokes was about you. Because when I started comedy in '91, maybe 2 years later was when he tied the chick up and burned her with a crack pipe and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Rick, I got to be honest with you. The first good joke I wrote was about you. I thought I don't remember the joke, and I'm not going to give it any justice. It was like...